we have this opportunity here as we gather many of our partners. So I just want to mention that EndyMed is seeing all the partners as a superior asset, and we really see you as executing arm in the field, country by country. We also see and understand your day-to-day challenges and appreciation your hard and dedicated work. The main goal for this meeting is to present you in the first time a new campaign that we did, a new and successful campaign that we did in the USA. We just completed this campaign in eyes treatment, and it's combining 3 different handpieces. We want you to be able to apply this campaign and other which will follow this campaign in a very simple way or very easy way in your countries. So for this, we prepared all the information needed, such as 20 posts, brochure, presentation, and all the marketing and clinical materials. And we want you to enjoy these fruits. Olga, Vicky, and Joseph are going to present you with all these materials, with the marketing and clinical materials. This campaign is actually complete and ready. You just need to push the button and apply it in your media. We want to ask you one thing is, and we really be grateful if you can share with us and send us the feedbacks later on. And during this session, please write your questions in the chat. And between the sessions, also we can discuss about everything. So again, thanks everyone, and good luck, team.
Thank you, Amir. My name is Olga. I'm a marketing consultant working with EndyMed. I will start this presentation. Before we dive into the campaign and the clinical protocols, I want just to walk you around the rationale. Why did we choose to do this specific campaign, and why do we think that this is a unique opportunity to stand out? You're welcome to write your questions in the chat, but in the end of this part, I will look if there would be any questions. I will address them before proceeding. Okay, so why? What was the rationale? You know, you are all experienced distributors in the aesthetic space, and you know that our space is very crowded. A variety of devices, variety of technologies, different offering. And it's not easy to stand out. And our task as marketeers, the sales and marketing team, was to find the way to give you tools to stand out of the crowd and be unique. And in marketing, there is a such thing as the blue ocean strategy. You know, you can go and be where all your competitors are, which we call the red ocean. You can compete with everyone over the same indication, or you can try and look for a unique space where you can stand out, where there is not so much competition. And we were looking for our blue ocean. How did we look for it? We analyzed actually the top aesthetic indications, top aesthetic treatments that the consumers are looking for. We looked, actually all of these treatments can be provided by EndyMed, the body, the face treatments, but one treatment stood out as unique, and this is the lines and wrinkles around the eyes. Why is it unique? Because this is a high demand treatment, and there is not so much not so many competitors in this space. The demand for this treatment is not just high, it's on the rise, which is the treatment is hot. Now in the Zoom time, you know, what you see is the person's face. You can see the area around the eyes, and many people probably put extra attention to it. So the demand for eye treatments has increased by 72%, almost doubled year over year. This is for the surgical eyelift procedures. And we at EndyMed can offer a solution. Why this area is not very easy to treat? Why there are not so many competitors in this space? Because this area, it's a delicate skin. It's hard to reach. There are several concerns. It's not just one concern. There are technologies that can treat just one concern, wrinkles or fine lines or laxity. With EndyMed, we actually have a comprehensive solution that can treat all the areas around the eyes. And this is where we stand out from the crowd. So what do we offer? What is our offering? We offer a platform, either pure or pro, with 3 handpieces, with intensive, with iFine and FSR. Now, for many of you, the concept is not new because you have been speaking about EndyEyes for years now. Some do it with intensive, some call it EndyBlech with the FSR. The innovation that we bring here, that we actually combine all your learnings, all your experience into the EndyEye concept, and you will see in the materials how we leverage the things that you created. We combine everything and we create a comprehensive offering that encompasses actually all the areas around the eyes, 3 technologies. For instance, software, they can also treat it, but they have just one ultrasound technology. We are offering 3 technologies. It's something unique. And with these 3 technologies, we can treat all the concerns in the area around the eyes without pain and downtime. And we created a special video that explains about the product, about our offering. This is the first time that we are showing it. We created it special, and it will be for you to use. So take a look what is actually the EndyEye platform. So actually, you have seen the EndyEye platform, and you need a variety of tools. to sell a platform. So when we are saying we are launching a concept, it means that we have created you, and provided you with a set of tools that you can leverage to sell the EndyEye platform. First of all, we have the product video, which you have seen right now. We have a social media campaign that you can use in your territory. It has 20 posts, and Vicky will go through it as we continue our presentation. We have a sales presentation that it will be also available on the Google Drive. We have a sales presentation that you can use to present this product to your customers and prospects. And we'll also provide you with a brochure. It's now in work process that you can send to customers who are willing to learn more about it. So just a few words about the campaign. Actually, when you want to introduce a new product, an innovative concept into the market, you need to do it by stages. And this is why our campaign is divided to 3 stages. We have a more high-level awareness posts. We have a more product-oriented posts, and we have posts that are very sales-oriented with call to action, driving people to leave details. So Vicky will go through all of these materials later on. Our next part would be the clinical protocol presented by Joseph. I just want to, before we move ahead, I just want to check if we have questions on the marketing part. Okay, so I see it's there are no questions so far. You are welcome to write them down, and we'll address them after the presentation. So now you have seen the strategy, why we did it. Now Joseph will explain the clinical rationale behind the EndyEye. Joseph.
Okay. Thank you, Olga. Oops. Okay, hi everybody. Faring here. I welcome you to this session. I'll do my part describing in general terms the concept of multi-application approach to EndyEye. As we know, clinical signs of aging, externally or internally, are numerous as we age. These include wrinkling, allostosis, hypervascularity, irregular or blotching pigmentation, cohernices, laxity, atrophy, dryness, itching, and sagging. These can all be good fields for our applications for these particular areas or signs of aging in the periorbital area. This is the area of our concern. The crow-feet appearance in the lateral side of the orbital rim, the appearance of wrinkles under the lower eyelid, the appearance of under eye bags and the lower eyelids dropping, and the eyebrow and upper eyelid descent, which is ptosis. These are some important issues we can address in relatively short period of time efficiently, owing to the special anatomical characteristic of the area. With these EndyEye platforms that you're all familiar with, this is the Pro on the left, and on the right is the Pure devices, which have all in common all these 3 applicators: the intensive, the FSR, and the iFine. As you know, the intensive and the FSR are the minimally ablative and interruptive of the epidermis dermis layers, whereas the iFine is the full field application for full volume of heating of the skin underneath. So all characterized by small footprint of around 1 centimeter square area, which allows us efficient approach to the orbital area. One of them is more dynamic one. The eye-fine goes with, strokes, small strokes around the rim area, and the FSR and the intensive, as you all know, are more stationary-like. But all of them possess the ability to approach the orbital area. The eye-fine is a very well for rejuvenation of the eye area. It has the 3 deep focus radio frequency technology. It can treat all minutes. It can do the skin tightening, of course, and lifting, and it's effective to hard to reach areas. This is in just a nutshell. Let me admit somebody here. This is the periorbital area protocol for the eye-fine. We typically put initially the power of 3 watts and then do about between 4 to 6 treatments in 4 treatments 1 week interval, followed by 2 treatments in 2 weeks interval. Now I'm referring here to only monotherapy approach with the EndyEye. This is one of the options that we have to treat only with one single applicator, such as the eye-fine. Then we'll talk about bimodal approach of 1 or 2 more applicators. And I'll show you now just a brief video just to show you the applications of the eye-fine on the area. Everybody is mostly familiar with the approach. The aim here is to bring up the skin to a temperature of 42 centigrade in just up to 3 to 6 repetitions or sessions for 30 seconds. So it's quite easy to approach this area easily with the eye-fine on these 3 major suggested treatment areas. This is the above the eyebrow, number 1, and number 2 is the under the eyebrow. And the number 3 is over the zygomatic arch, which is also an area which is quite prevalent in treating the periorbital area. So when you're doing the treatments, as you know, you need to stretch or retract the upper eyelid or lower eyelid as you do the treatment to allow much greater surface area to reach out. These are some eye-fine before and after photos that some of you may know, very impressive ones. After 3 treatments with the eye-fine, you can see nice, transformation of the area of concern, doing only with the eye-fine. And this is just another case with an aged woman. She is 60 years old, I believe, and she underwent treatments with the eye-fine, and this is a long follow-up after 2 years. And you can see the sustained or amazing results she was able to maintain after her treatments. This is another good pair of before and afters on patients, periorbital eye-fine treatments in 60 years old, male patients on the left. After 6 treatment sessions, there is a significant reduction of the tear trough area, as you can see here, and here, okay, and on the right, it's another 60 years old patient. After 6 treatments, there is a significant reduction in wrinkling and lifting of the upper eyelid. The next applicator is the FSR. We all know the FSR. It has a small footprint, as I mentioned earlier, just a little bit more than 1 centimeter square. It has the ability to minimally ablate the epidermis, so it interrupts the epidermis. And epidermis, as you all know, goes up to 100, 150 microns at most. So it interrupts the epidermis and then go to the superficial heating of the upper dermis, causing skin remodeling, skin rejuvenation, and glow effect. And periorbital area with the FSR is straightforward. Default parameter is 3 watts. We go to pulse width of 20 milliseconds. Let me admit somebody. And then do 3 treatments with 1 month's interval, which is the acceptable protocol. And you can see here in this video a nice demo of this FSR applicator on this lady. So you see she stretches the area and do the pulses quite easily without any side effects. One thing to remember, to recall, that we need to do local anesthesia with the FSR and with the intensive. Let's go without saying for this particular area, which is delicate. The FSR results before and 1 month after 3 FSR sessions. This is with the level 4 on the pure device. And this is great results, lateral view of photo done from Taiwan on 72 years old female, 3 months follow-up after FSR treatments. You know, here we have the well-known intensive applicator, which is also an ideal for treating small delicate areas such as the periorbital rim. It has a 1 centimeter footprint, can go easily to each one of the areas where you like to address. It goes as deep as up to 1.5 millimeter with the relations to the needs in this area. We don't need to go below or beyond 1.5, as the thickness of the skin on this area is quite thin. As you know, the thickness of the skin on the periorbital area or on the infraorbital area is less than 1/2 millimeter. So penetration depth is not that of concern here, but it's important not to go with high level of energies in any case doing those treatments with the FSR and the intensive. It generates skin remodeling and collagen regeneration, and it's effective to treat fat pads as well at the infraorbital areas. These are the most known default parameters for the forehead and periorbital area. Default power 10 watts, 80 milliseconds, the pulse duration, and depth only 1.5. And you can see the area here in pink on this right side of this nice photo of this lady. Let me make another one. This is another video just to give you a glimpse of how does it being applied clinically. Shallow penetration of the needles, no bleeding, stretching it. As you can see, another stretch with pad gauze of 4x4. I use 4x4 pad gauze typically. So what about the combination, the bimodal approach? So we have the ability to do iFine and FSR bundled at the same session. We do first the iFine followed by the FSR. And these are before and after photos of 2 cases. The upper case is before and after. You can see the uprise of the upper lid and in both cases actually, but there is also a nice improvement in the eye bag of the lower row of the case of the lady, which is very impressive, owing to the combination of both the iFine and the FSR. Here, another nice before and after 2 FSR and 4 iFine treatments addressing the eyelid area and the eyeball. Looks very, very impressive. What about the combination, both the intensive and the FSR? We call it the coablation approach. This is another great example of the potential of these 2 modalities to be addressed in the periorbital area. This is a protocol that's being developed by Dr. Stefano Toschi from Italy. He's doing the treatment of the same session using the intensive and the FSR under local anesthesia with the following parameters. I believe some of you, most of you have known or know this protocol already. If not, let us know. We can send you more material of his, but he is getting great results when he's combining these 2 modalities. So it's quite tolerable under these parameters. See, the parameters are quite conservative, not much of energy, and that's for the downtime or the morbidity is quite low, if any. So these are the segments, these are the anatomical segments we typically needs to address with this protocol, with this combined protocol. These are the red areas, to the eyebrow. The blue is the medial region, the upper and lower. The orange color is for the central region, upper and lower. Violet is the lateral region for upper and lower, and the yellow is for the crow's feet area. All these areas getting 3 pulses at each segments by the intensive and FSR. Okay, of course, there is some delay between each, but so you can allow the intensive go first and then FSR, but typically we do 24, I would say, pulses on each region altogether with these two. As you can see here, the intensive, we have 3 times 8, 24 pulses with these parameters, and similarly for the FSR. Pre-treatment, we talk about, we need to clean the area, do topical anesthetic for 30 minutes at least, and then clean the area for disinfection with water, boric water, and then the post-treatment care also. We use thermal water, skin emulsion, and then some other skincare modalities take home. These are some of these before and after photos, combining the same modalities, the same sessions. You can see, it goes without saying, these are impressive results of his patients. He just sent me 2 weeks ago another set of his successful treatments with the intensive in the FSR, and we're going to share it with you soon. You can see also the halogenous, or the I would say vascularization, or the color of the eyes are darkening a little bit on the left, and there is a great improvement in the appearance of the vascularity as well, owing to the treatment. What about the FSR and the intensive combined treatments, which is not being done in the same session? Yes, we have also evidence that this works as well. If you want, you can do it in intervals as well, but we, I would say, adopt the coablation approach with the intensive and the FSR at the same session would be great. Of course, this is, our long history with the FSR intensive and the IFAN goes away some years ago for evidence and publications. Just recently, we published about a year ago the paper on the left, the clinical efficacy of 3D multi-source radiofrequency therapy combined with fractional skin resurfacing periocular skin aging, which I recommend you to read, and all other marketing material which will be addressed by our marketing team. So I thank you very much. At this point, I'll transfer the torch to Vicky to address her section. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vicky, and I'm the social media market manager. I'm going to explain a bit more about the social media campaign that we created. So, as Olga said before, we wanted to create a complete social media kit that addresses the EndyEye solution from A to Z. The first step was creating a landing page to provide more information and capture interesting prospects. And the campaign was included 3 stages. In the awareness stage, we focused more on content that was a more higher level. If it was aging, the skin around the eyes, statistics on a demand. We even created 2 blogs on our website to give even additional information and testimonials from physicians. The second stage, we wanted to try and explain why to consider the EndyMed solution, why EndyEye and not an alternative. And as you can see here, we did lots of social media posts that talks more about the technology and the different handpieces, the benefits, different alternatives, and of course, proof before and afters. To summarize the campaign, we want to base our claims on testimonials of world-renowned physicians, and also to base it on scientific evidence. We did a post on the specific scientific article. And of course, what always works the best, reposts of clinics and treatments. And thanks to you guys, we could make this happen because your partners are amazing and they share wonderful treatment videos. Here's just a taste. So I just want to say that the engagement rate has been amazing. The amount of reposts that have been done from clinics has been crazy. And it's also really interesting to see that since we started this campaign, more clinics and physicians have actually been posting, they've shifted and posting more stories and posts actually on treatments for the eyes, which is something that we didn't see before. So the campaign has really had an impact. And most of you know, we've sent, there's a specific folder with all the assets that you can also, there are also the source files that you can translate into your native language if you wish. And so feel free to use all the assets we created for you. And don't forget to hashtag EndyEye and tag us. And thank you for participating. And we'd love to hear your questions and feedback.